Hello and welcome to Destructo Cat Gaming. I am Gorkpick,
And I'm Rizolum.
and we're here playing Divinity Original Sin, Episode Cinco. Cinco de Mayo?
Episode Cinco de Mayo.
Yes.
Could be like a special holiday episode if it wasn't August.
Well, you just ruined it. Thanks for ruining the illusion.
We could always just put up links next Cinco de Mayo and be like, hey, remember we did this episode and it was for Cinco de Mayo in spirit.
Yeah, in spirit. Alright,
What?
so we gotta talk to this Aureus dude.
Is this him? Yeah, that's him.
Yep.
Greetings.
What have we here then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Ha! Look. Do what you must in Cecile, but don't make waves. And don't interfere with the Legion's affairs, you hear? I have enough on my mind running expeditions into hostile territory. Let's discuss Jake's murder. Gods above, some politician snuffs it, or ridiculous. I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother. But he just had to send for source hunters, didn't he? Bloody magicians, they see a pigeon poop and think sorcery's afoot. Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop, understand? I'm in command of this town, not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu, and definitely not some hotshot source hunter. Get the feeling he doesn't like us. So investigate Jake's death if you feel so inclined, but report back to me the moment you discover something out of the ordinary. The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Now off with you! In regards to Jake's wife, Esmeralda. Esmeralda is Jake's wife, as you just said. Blech. Well, widow, everyone in town down to the crabs on the beach is convinced she killed him. Now, the girl has the reputation of being a flirt. There is that, but that doesn't suffice as evidence, wouldn't you say? Or do source hunters rely on hearsay alone, perhaps? That certainly would explain some of the cock-ups you lot have made in the past. What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? Hardly. But I won't stand for such nonsense. If you bring evidence before me, I'll evaluate it with perfect objectivity. The Legion relies on recency, not idle superstition. Well,
We got a ton of experience just now, like 600.
yeah. So I can ask someone the Legion should arrest. Well, we can't do that just yet. Matters. I'd like to talk about some matters concerning the Legion. The Legion is none of your concern, but fine. Go ahead. Let's discuss these expeditions into hostile territory you mentioned. The bravest of the brave went out looking for the source of the undead. Volunteers all those men. For that is the pact we made. The walking dead spawn an endless number, but someone or something must be responsible for each and every one of the miserable buggers, and that is why the Legion is making renewed efforts to locate this accursed fountainhead of death. Too long have we been on the defensive. It is time for action, even if it claims more Legion lives. Souls of steel to man my soldiers. They fight by the lighthouse, they fight by the burial grounds, and they fight by the old church. Gods grant that they may find the rotten root from which these scuffling monsters spring, and that they fulfill their missions. So, in regards to the lighthouse, there's a lighthouse to the west, up on the bluffs overlooking the sea. No man has gone there in a decade, and yet a line shines forth from its pinnacle every night. The locals say it's haunted, and if there's ghosts involved, maybe necromantic magic is in play as well. And that guy is trying to sneak, but he's failing miserably multiple times. Half a dozen legionnaires have gone to find out. So far I can hope that they are safe. So about the burial mounds. There are ancient funeral grounds all over the place north of the city. Good as any place to start looking for necromancers, wouldn't you say? Doesn't exactly take a genius to figure that one out. Some local archaeologist offered to tag along with the men. Here's hoping his knowledge on the subject may prove to be a boon. And the old church? There's a church to the northeast of here, built atop the very place where once stood a temple dedicated to the source. The Sicilians erased it and built a church for the seven. supposedly to symbolize the victory over the gods, over evil. Sorcery is some superstitious mumbo-jumbo. Anyway, when the dead rose, that is where they were first spotted, which makes it a likely candidate to house the origin of the outbreak. May my soldiers make it there and back again unscathed. I'll take my leave. So we have a few places for the undead, but I think we can take the murder. Let's go to the murder scene.
Sounds good. So we don't have any dialogue options to talk with him.
Guess so. Can you...
Where'd you go? I wasn't watching when you left.
I just went outside. I'm heading towards the tavern, though.
Oh, you're the blue dots. I often hang out with blue dots. A couple of them. Just go out and get a few beers each night.
How would you say that they are? Are they spotty?
Rooster.
Alright, so where is this guard that he speaketh of? Oh, here it is. Stop right there. Until you receive the captain's permission to enter, this door doesn't exist. Got it? I've spoken with Arius. Let me inside, please. Not exactly the friendliest bloke, the captain, is he? Well, your reward for getting your ear chewed off is a waltz through the town's finest magical murder scene. Enjoy! What are you doing up there? You should come see this grisly scene.
Oh, I got caught behind a little cliff. Arrgh.
Oh, well. Well, that was interesting.
Yeah, what happened?
Did you get zapped?
Yeah.
I tried to approach the murder scene, and we just got zapped.
Why?
We're about to find out. Lava is lethal. If Minecraft is any, Whoa! What the hell?
By the quill that laughs a billion words, what's this? What are you doing here? Where the very stars come to die. Who are you, and where have you come from?
Who am I? Who the devil are you?
Upon reflection, though, it hardly matters who you are. For the question is not who, but how.
All we did was to approach a strange stone. It shone with a blinding light and then whirled us away.
A stone, you say? Could it be? Could I have been right all along? This stone, what was it? Was it bright and beauteous as diamond? But did it glow softly deep down in its heart, as if a soul dwelled within?
I'd say that was a fairly accurate description.
Starstone! It must be. For centuries it slept, this bounty of the heavens. But now it is waking, and it has brought its awakeners here. All was dark, and all was still, as it always has been and always would be. Or so I thought. So I feared. But then the runes around me began to shimmer, shine, and dance like fair-winged fairies roused from slumber. Starstone. Could it be the key after all, and you its wielder? Things of light to unlock things of darkness. Lead us into realms forbidden, where salvation may yet be found.
It would be great if you start making sense right about now.
Oh, I have been making sense all along, my friend, though I didn't even see it. See? This is what you must do. Approach the looking lens and behold, if you dare, the darkness before which even the cosmic shadows flee in terror.
You know, I think that imp may be quite nice.
This guy doesn't make any sense.
Approach the looking glass. Where might that be?
Oh, hello. The one that's right in front of us.
Oh, the big gigantic one.
Yes.
Well, that was interesting.
Kind of weird. I see space!
Well, hello
You
there.
looked through the looking lens. You saw. Terrifying, isn't it? So much to see, so much to discover, and so little time to do it in.
I'm not a child imp. The dark doesn't scare me.
Oh, how brave you are, how bold and hardy. Too bad I won't help you even a little bit when the seemingly inevitable end comes to swallow you whole. This maw of darkness, it consumes time itself. Yes, Starstone Starter, you have just witnessed the end of all. The maelstrom that, like a carrion eater, is devouring the carcass of creation. Space and time have lost all meaning, for they are falling prey to the void, and in the void, there is no existence.
A bleak prospect indeed. And yet, you do not seem to despair.
I did despair. For the longest of times I did. Eons upon eons I have traveled through the reaches of time, through the rifts that lead to worlds unimaginable, hoping to find something, anything, that would put a stop to the maelstrom. That is how I found this place, and I knew it was here that the answer must be hidden. It teems with mystery undiscovered, with power that is limitless, yet out of reach, until you came along, the ones who can tame Starstone. You have drowned my despair, you whom I believe can end the end of time.
Starstones? The end of time? Us source hunters. How about you connect the dots for me?
To claim I can piece the puzzle together would be, at this stage, premature and insincere, but let me summarize the facts as clearly as I can see them. Here we are, in a fragmented sliver of space, which happens to be the only spot in all the universe where one may directly observe the void maelstrom. A portal flanks the looking lens, but until now, it was inert. The rune stones that adorn it are special, which led me to believe that they are somehow linked to a starstone. Starstone, though, always remained as useless as a pebble, dead rock of no consequence. Its secrets remained off limits to me. You, however, make the souls inside the starstone spring to life, and thereby are you activating portals to new, previously forbidden areas in this strange dimension. I do not know where they lead, but I am convinced that they will steer towards a solution, the continuance of time.
I think it's time you tell us who you are, Sir Imp.
But of course, I am Zigzags, the imp historian, tasked by the gods to write the history of all creation. Faithfully have I fulfilled my task, and would have done so perpetually, until one day I saw that time will end. Impossible, I thought, inconceivable, for the gods had told me that their work was infinite both in date and in distance. But my eyes did not deceive me. When the maelstrom I beheld, time would end. I would end. All would end. No, I cried, never. I shall save time if it's the last thing I do. So far my efforts have been in vain. But you, as the saying goes, are the hope that springs eternal.
Well, how did you get here? And what is here?
Well, you see, on one of my travels I found a runestone in the deep demonic dungeons that hide from daylight far beneath the surface of horror-haunted Nemesis, a plane of frightful perversions. I read the rune, and it brought me here. This sad little realm that is no more than a morsel at the edge of the all-consuming abyss. Ever since, it has been a place where I've found shelter, a home even, though it shares its dominion with that of terror of terrors that is the void. So there you have it, the homestead on the shelter plain at the end of time. Welcome be, my friend, welcome be.
I shall take my leave.
Splendid idea. Later we can talk till the cows come home, but right now, we should investigate the portal. Where, oh where does it lead, I wonder?
Well, I guess we should go.
It's kind of weird to get zapped and then just wake up at the edge of time, or the end of time.
Yeah, with a murder scene. Alright, to the Homestead Hall.
Where on the world are we?
We are not on the world at all.
Is that Zeus with multiple arms?
This one has a stern look about him, doesn't he? A smile doesn't cost you anything, you know.
Sense a battle coming up soon. There hasn't been one in a very long time.
Yeah. Unless this is just story.
Could it be? Could you be her? The legendary Weaver?
You can partner with almost all characters. Use the diamond icon in the dialogue pane. Oh yeah, I already knew that. I need to turn off my tooltips.
Oh, he's talking.
I've tried every imaginable tongue from Dwarvigian to Lizardese, but this woman simply won't budge. Maybe she just doesn't like the look of a refined, impish face like mine. Perhaps you'll have better luck, but do please report back what you find, Source Hunter.
Come back if you need any old thing.
Alright.
I will do that.
A young woman is ceaselessly weaving a seemingly boundless tapestry with the delicate grace of a harpist plucking at her instrument's strings. She takes no notice of anything but her endless occupation. Who are you, madam? At first it seems this taciturn woman will continue to ignore your presence, but she suddenly glances at you and her eyes go wide with surprise and wonder. Her lips move ever so slightly, and when she speaks, her voice appears to reach you from an untold distance. Whispers wrestled from oblivion. I am Time, the Weaver of Time. In the ethereal threads of eternity do I record the deeds of gods and men, of beasts and spectral apparitions. The drift of continents through changing seas, the rise and fall of empires, the shift of every grain of sand on every beach, the fall of every raindrop on every world, the all but imperceptible touch of lovers' hands. This and all I chronicle without fault, except, it seems, you. Do you mean to tell me that I am not all featured on the canvas of time? I do not mean to, but it's the only thing I can do. Your absence. It should be an impossibility, but no matter where I look, you cannot be found. I do not know you, which makes you my one perennial imperfection, a blind spot in the eye of time. But perchance I may be cured of this blindness. Perchance the blemish may be undone, and time can be redeemed. How can I redeem time if, as you say, I'm not even part of it? I think that perhaps you can redeem time because you create time. Indeed, you have set in motion an event I no longer held possible. Know then that no longer I did weave. I sat here, at the precipice of ages, and watched on as the void frays the fabric of time, like a terrified god that fears the offspring of his own creations. But suddenly, there was you who stirred the life within the stones. These stones, children of stars, they placed new ribbons along my fingers like phantoms out of time. New threads emerged, and I began to weave anew. Starstone gives me new strands to braid into the tapestry, and because you give Starstone energy, you are creating time. These Starstones, please seek them so time may yet be mended. Please, for the sake of all that lives and all that loves, seek them so that the void may yet devour itself alone. How many questions I have for you, and I shall answer, if I can. Got a lot of questions here. Why is the Starstone so important, and why does it react to me and my colleague alone? Alas, the answers to these questions still elude me. You and Starstone remain the imperfections upon the tapestry, as yet. A hidden answer lies behind this veil of inscrutability, though, for the link between you and the stones reveals that your destinies are intertwined. Starstones will not lead you to new places of wonder, only they will also lead to new knowledge, through the restoration of the threads of old. Who are you, really? I'm the Weaver of Time, as I've told you.
though my existence is one that falls behind and yet far exceeds the verb to be. I am but what I am, and that is task. It is the same for the historian. Chronicles both we are of the epics of eternity. Perhaps we are one and the same, task multiplied by 2. Who has made us? I do not know. Why have they done so? I do not know. Am I the beginning and am I to be the end? Who shall say? Perhaps I am the first thing in creation. Perhaps I am creation. Perhaps I am the creator. Or maybe it is you. You who makes dying stars rekindle. Time alone will tell. You called this place the precipice of ages. Is that what it is? No more, no less? That in itself is a lie, more than most realms can claim. But no, the precipice of ages is not the be-all and end-all of this curious plane. What it is, but a seed bereft of sun and water. What it could be, what the starstones will tell. What it is, but the end. What it could be is the end of ends. I resided in another realm altogether, but ever since the end of time appeared in these deep, dark skies, I materialized here as a force to watch the one thing that is unwatchable, unendurable, a thankless task that may yet free me from forever. Why do you talk to me, but not the hemp historian? I do not usually, talk. Come to think of it, when I addressed you, it was the first time my voice has ever been invoked. I have no need of conversation, like I have no need of air or appetite or affection. All I need and all I am is time, and time is running out, unless you remedy its declivity. If you I talk to, for you may prove to become the cure that would heal my slipping soul.
The plot thickens.
Take my
You
leave.
should tell the imp the weaver's tale.
Well, hello there.
So much to see, so much to discover, and so little time to do it in. I met with the Weaver of Time. She talked to me. Wondrous, oh wondrous indeed. At least she's willing to speak to someone around here. So, what did she say? That I should look for starstones so they renew and revitalize time. I knew it, as surely as 6 becomes 4 sacks. I knew it. Then that should be your mission, my friend. I beseech you, let that be your mission, to trace Starstone wherever it may lead you. Together we'll try to unfold the depths of this dimension, and thereby try to save all and everything from annihilation. Here, take this runestone and this precious little pyramid. Gifts are they from me to you. The rune shall bring you back and forth from Rivellon wherever you decide the moment is opportune, and the pyramid, it has a twin. Find it, and you'll see just how handy these twins can be. I'll take my leave.
So long.
So, we can quick travel.
I got a book. Did you get it?
I got a teleporter pyramid.
Hot Topics and Pyramid How-To. You can travel from one pyramid to the other. Delightful. Connected parties will follow whoever has initiated travel. You can use pyramids while holding them, or you can place or throw them on the ground and interact with them. In order to pick up a pyramid once more, you must drag it from wherever it rests in your inventory. Sounds like the little rune stones from Ultima Online.
Actually, it's just a waypoint teleporter.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. The pyramid things are, yeah. They're just, if you remember Morrowind Market Recall,
Yeah.
pretty much. This chest is talking to me. And we can't open it. Okay. So. Well.
Where do we go now? We're getting near to the end. We should probably just get to the next stage and then
We'll go back to
finish
town.
off this one. This episode was just a ton of dialogue.
Well, yeah, it's a very story-heavy game, but this was all been exposition. We found our purpose.
Yeah, build up. Hopefully.
Yeah. I wonder if we can go back to that murder scene and try to solve it now. Aha.
There we go.
Oh, we can talk to her.
The enigmas are you? Ha! Leave it to an imp to try to fill our minds with all manner of magical gobbledygook. I'll tell you who you are. Source Hunters, members of the most esteemed order in Riverland. Here, find out and grind out every last speck of dark magic in the realm. There, the enigma is solved.
If what Zigzags is saying is true, and we really are affecting the tapestry of time, I certainly want to know more.
Alright. Give me a sec. There, Medora. Just because you aren't an enigma doesn't make you any less special to us.
What are you? You think I'm... No, comrade. You can keep the honor of being the object of Space Im's special interest all to yourself. I just hope this fancy of yours doesn't interfere with your real job. Or have you forgotten that little detail already? You're a source hunter first, last, and always, comrade.
She's got dedication to her work.
It's a good place to cut it off. Who's poisoned, though? What's going on? See that? There's a zombie?
Oh, zombie. It's over there. Past the gate.
Okay. That'll be the first thing we check out in the next episode. So thank you for joining us here at Destructo Cat Gaming, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.